Hey. Welcome everyone to the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Blake, here on Point, where we help you get your financial point across. Got some great information to share with you today on going beyond survival mode and creating a thriving future. All about that, all about showing you how to make your cash grow, your economic future look brighter and brighter. That's what I'm all about. Today, as I mentioned, I'm going to share about that. My son is normally with me, but this whole week has been birthday week for my son and his family. My youngest grandson, his birthday was on last Sunday. My son's birthday was Thursday, and then my other grandson's birthday was yesterday. So they're all out today celebrating all the birthdays. And my wife's birthday is Monday, so they're all celebrating all the birthdays. They went to this place called, of all things, Monkey Joe's, and they're celebrating the birthdays. And I already got a couple of videos. My youngest grandson, he's one, so he's starting to walk. And it's all cool. It's always cool to see when a baby, when they turn 1 years old and they're starting to walk, and they'll take a step or two, and then they, back to the crawling phase. But it's always good. So Tank, that's my youngest, my baby grandson. He's Tank because that little dude he's built like a tank. He's a heavy dude. So Tank is starting to walk, and so it's cool to see that. So Tank is doing this thing, and so it's cool. So my son is having a family day with his family, and my son is that dude is 38 years old. So man, he's getting older. I'm just getting better. That's how he does it. So let's move on with what I have to share for you today. And as a reminder, I was for this whole year we're talking about how financial opportunities are waiting for us in 2005, and I mentioned how as we were going along, we're looking at it from a standpoint of there's three main processes that we're looking at all year long. This piece right here, you can get it on my website, and it's a piece that we've been going through all year long, and it's the piece here about the how wealth is built, the wealth blueprint. And this wealth blueprint, it goes out and it shares what we've been doing for the whole year. Looking at we're looking at the mechanics. We're looking at the mechanics of creating wealth. We're looking at the myths of creating wealth, and the maintenance of wealth. And so the whole year we've been looking over the different process of it. And as we do that, each piece of it is a part of what we're doing. So creating the thriving future, this is part of the mechanics. What we need to do to build as we build our process for wealth. So again, this piece is on my website where you can download it. It's only $1, but it gives you a look at what we're doing all year long. What we've been doing all year long since we're in July is the midpoint. So just as a refresher, you can download this piece and it gives you some more insights and how we're looking at things and this for the remainder of the year. So with that, let's take a look at what we have for you today. We're creating your world, creating our world. And so this is part of creating your world beyond survival mode and creating a thriving future. All right. All right. So let's get into it. All right. Understanding survival mode. So when we define survival mode, we're looking at it's a psychological and emotional state triggered by stress, threat. Individual, you focus on meeting your basic needs, often neglecting personal growth or future aspirations. So, as that as I mentioned, that I look at the Bible as a means of getting that growth in my own life, and then through a financial economic aspect as well. So, there's an article that I always do the Bible, and then I also do it from an academic standpoint of putting things together. So there's a research article that I read, and through that research article, it was referred to. It's called the Adaptive Leader, and this article had some great insights in it that I wanted to add into our learning. And this article is from actually was a business school in Germany. And so it said psychological capital increases our adaptiveness. So when we have something that challenges us, it increases us to adapt. So when we have things that challenge us in life, we adapt to that challenge. We adapt to that challenge because we got to survive. So as long as we have challenges in life, it can cause you to adapt to survive. Now, some people, when they have challenges in their life, it pushes them to the side. It pushes them to not adapt. And so it depends on you, the individual, how you accept challenges. Some folks fold up. Some folks run. But if you look at it, say, "Hey, I'm gonna face this challenge head on, and I'm going to survive through it," you have that ability to survive through it. So then you look at what does the word say about it sometimes. So indicators of survival mode, there's common indicators. You may have a heightened anxiety, but you have an ability to focus. You have a lifestyle that you change. Sometimes folks withdraw from social interactions, but it sometimes can increase your irritability, and you may feel helpless. But God always has an answer for you. So in here, I looked at it and looked in Kings First Kings 19:4, and this was a New King James version of it. But here, this was Elisha. God is giving Elisha an example to not an example. He gave an assignment to take care of some prophets that were false, and he had to go there and take care of these prophets. So after Elisha took care, it was 1,000 prophets he had to cancel out. Well, after he'd done that, Elisha felt weary, right? So he went out into the wilderness and he sat down at this tree and he was prayed. He said, "Man, that was a lot, Lord. I don't know if I can do this again." He said, "I'm gonna go out to the wilderness here so I can just die. It's enough, Lord. I take my life. I can't do this no more because it's too much for me, Father. Too much that I can handle. Too much that I can take." Sometimes we feel like we've done so much, and the burden is too high for us that we may feel that way, and that puts us in that survival mode. It's like, "Oh man, I can't do this no more. It's too much, Lord. Take me away." But God says no, because right after you feel that way, on the other side of that is your success. Right after you turn that page of discouragement is your success. Financially, you may get to a point where it's like all hope is lost. Right after that page is that success. And knowing that the next page is your success, You got to be ready. So those psychological impacts that you may have, that survival mode, it can lead to chronic success. It can lead to depression because you feel like you're trapped. The mindset can limit your creativity. It can feel like it's going to, it can be, but it can be also the essential part of growth that you need. And some of the greatest folks, like Elijah, he felt in that he fell into that trap. He felt like, oh, I can't do it, Lord. Oh, this is too much for me, Lord. Elijah, Elisha felt that. Not knowing the other side, once he got past that point, Elijah found Elisha. And Elisha followed Elijah, and Elisha receives double blessing because he followed Elijah. Once you understand the second side of that story, and there's a lot of blessing that followed Elisha for following Elijah. But you got to understand that even though you face those challenges in life and economically, you face those challenges head on, and you face them and straight up. You go through it. It's better on the end. It's better on the second time. It's better next go around. You got to understand this. God ain't gonna let you perish as long as you stand strong. Life doesn't end. You just stand strong. On the other side of your difficulty is your success. Right on the other side. Right on the other side. Because we all face a challenge that we face. We have a motive struggle, but with the best decision making, maintaining relationships, pursuing your goals, fear of failure can paralyze you, but the progress you make in your personal and professional realms helps you. Sometimes you may run into the folks that you may find out your friends may not be your friends. And what do you do in a situation like that? Just change your friends. Just as easy. Your friends, your frenemy may be your enemy. Change them. That happens. That happens. Just have to change. Change is good. Change is necessary. All right. So the next phase of creating a thriving future, you may have to creating a new world within what you're doing, transitioning from survival to thriving. So survival to make that change. Recognize the need for that change, because there's sometimes you have limitations for survival. Survival is crucial for transformation. You have an awareness of the way for your personal and professional growth. It enables you to identify areas that you need to improve and seize an opportunity for advancement. Right now, from the article where it talks about from the business, it was a German business school too, by the way. Psychological capital can be seen as a resource to influence leaders to increase your task adaptiveness. So that capital that you read from psychological changes, you use that as a resource to influence you. Use that as a resource. So anytime you go through challenges, you can look back at that challenge and use it as a resource. Don't let it hold you down. Use it as a means to move you forward. You help get you to the next level. I look at times that I went through tough times, and I was like, you know what? Once I had a supervisor say to me, and this we were in a one-on-one setting, and she said, because the supervisor said to me, Joe, we're not having this conversation, and if you tell anybody we're having this conversation, I'll deny it. I was like, oh my gosh, this person is like really crooked, really crooked. And I was like, you know what? No sweat. No sweat. It was a supervisor. And I was like, I know what not to say to the person that's going to be following me the next time. Because this person right here is not the right. This person is not the right person. God was going to protect me no matter what. But I knew
I don't know that right now.
this person. I'm not talking to Alexa. She's trying to talk with him. But I said, I'm not going to trust this person. I'm not going to trust this person. I'm not going to trust this leadership. I just know how they are. So I always watch my P's and Q's, and I kept track of what happened to me, what didn't happen to me, and what was my future looking like. No, I was able to get out of that place and still maintain my own sanity and everything. But I knew that was not the place for me, and I had to move. Sometimes you have to make that decision and watch your back. Now, um, setting goals for growth. Goal setting is a critical, and there's different SMART goals. But I mentioned before how I have what's called CAMP goal, the CAMP 10 goals. You can go on my website, download that piece for that. But you got to have those. Those goals have to be clear, achievable, measurable, and practical. And there's 5 other steps to that. But when you're dealing with your goals, you're talking about long-term goals, because you're achieving what you need to achieve is not going to come overnight. Not happening tomorrow, not happening the next week, next day. It takes time to get to success economically. It takes time. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen the next day. It takes time to get to where you need to get to. We're not talking about Instamatic. That's easy baker oven. Kids had to think of easy bake oven. It ain't going to happen the next day. It ain't going to happen the next. Now it can. I'm not limiting God, but it's not going to happen. Boom, Instamatic, you got it. No, it takes time to build your life. It takes time to build your success. It takes time to build who you are. It's not going to happen the next day. Come on, man. You got to take time to build that thing. You got to take time to build your life. And if you ain't patient, it ain't going to happen for you. Quick, easy stuff. No, man. It ain't going to happen. You got to take time. Grow. Set your goal. You got to set it and write it out. You got to set it and write it out. All right. Have that growth mindset. Embrace growth. It involves believing your ability, believing who you are, believing who God is, who you are, and then make it happen. That's hard work. It ain't easy. You got to put some sweat equity into it. But you got Jesus sweating, him sweating the effort, but you got to do something. You got to be resilient. If you get a setback, what happens when you get a setback? You go, hey, and just keep on rolling. Lifelong learning. Always keep learning. You ain't gonna know it all. Now, I got a PhD, got a bachelor's degree, I got a master's degree, I got a PhD. For hungry and driven. I came from the hood, man. I know a lot. I know a whole lot. I don't know it all. I don't know it all, but I know a lot. But I keep learning every day. I still learn, still read articles. I still go to class. That's my mentor. Anytime I'm near my mentors, I sit down and hear what they got to say. I'm still learning. Yeah, see, and then in the word, I got the word there. Don't become weary in doing good, but at the proper time, you'll reap your harvest. As long as you don't give up. Don't give up. How long Okay, Joe, how long I got to learn, Joe? How long I got to keep on this road? You keep going. You keep going and keep going and keep going until you win. Keep going and going and going until you win. How long? You keep going and going until you win. And then once you win, you turn right back around and you go help other people win too. You don't win until you help others win. When you win, you go help others win. You win, you go help others win. You don't be greedy about it, and you succeed, don't help nobody else succeed. You got to help other people succeed. That's the way of life. You don't get it and then don't turn back around and help somebody else. You do it. You go back and you help other people. You go help your family, help your friends. You help them all. You don't be greedy with it and just you the only one riding around, with nice car, nice house. You go back and you help others. That's the point of sharing. That's the point of making things actionable. You make it actionable because you take action, you share action with others. It's enough out there for all of us to be able to be successful. All of us. You don't hoard it. You don't hoard success. You don't hoard wealth. You don't hoard, knowing. You share it. You share it. So we all can have. We all have it. All right? Share it. Okay. Calm down. All right. Here we go. Next one, build resilience. That enables us to overcome challenges, adjust during adversity, developing coping skills and strategies and systems, maintain momentum. All right, I'm resilient. I am. Sometimes I get a little excited, but I get excited because I like helping folks, man. That comes from me being my days as a firefighter. You know, because for 13 years I was a firefighter in the Air Force, and I'm a rescuer. So if I see somebody that's trapped, and which I have, and as you see them, you get eye to eye with that person, and you see them suffering. You're like, oh my God, I got this person is trapped. He's in this vehicle. I gotta help him. And it's like if I don't do what I need to get done, this person ain't gonna make it. And then on the side of your ears, you hear someone else over there screaming to help me. And you got to use all your training that you've been trained to help that person. And it's if you don't succeed, the inevitable happens. But when you know you have the skills, the trainings, and experience, you do what you need to do to help this person. So all the things that I share, all the things that I've been through, I make sure I take the information I know to help. We talk about economics here. We're talking about making sure you have the right things in place. We're talking about understanding the feeling and emotion you have to put in. I put a lot of feeling and emotion into what I'm sharing because I believe in how these things happen. But we're talking about economics, but I'm giving you things about understanding a survival mode, uh, transferring from survival to economic success. Because growing up, I was in the hood. You know, we are on welfare for a little while, but now I'm not that way. I mean, I got money, I got funds, I have resources. I told my children I had the resources. My children are educated because I know being diligent, being responsible, how it makes you overcome a lot of challenges in life. And you can't be whimsical. You can't be non-committed. You got to have some diligence within you in order to get those things that you need. You can't set an appointment and then change your mind. You can't start something financially then stop. You got to stick to it. That's why I'm so passionate. That's why I'm so passionate. So we'll end with that today. Let me remind you that there's a uh, here's my QR code. You can download the QR code here, and that's my second book, uh, Joseph Building Financial Legacy. Legacy is that lasts for generations. My first book is Financial Literacy. Literacy lasts a lifetime. Legacy lasts for generation. My third book, when that comes out, it's going to be for another year or so for now. But the purpose of these books is create economic wealth within the family, and it goes from one generation to the next. So my second book, the first one is dedicated to my mom. The second book is dedicated to my dad. So the Bible says, "You honor your mother and your father. Go well with you." That's what I do. So I do that to honor my mother and my father, so it can be well with me. So down that the QR code, you can get access to my second book. Just want to remind you also, you can like and subscribe to the channel. And so like and subscribe, it gets the word out. So like it here and subscribe here, subscribe, get the word out. So we get more subscribers to the channel. You can join the channel as a member. That helps me maintain everything we have here, so you get more information out, more word out. I was excited today because I just feel I'm passionate about what I do, the knowledge and information I share. It's just it's a joy for me. Download the companion app. The app goes along with the books, and it has my concepts in there about financial literacy, financial legacy. Financial literacy is gaining access to economic information, making use of those concepts. It's not an app. I mean, financial literacy is not some doggone app. It's not an account. Sometimes people like to throw financial literacy out there like it's mustard and ketchup, but no, financial literacy is gaining access to economic information and making use of those concepts. So that's something that's a fundamental exercise that you have to be able to perform to get yourself in a better position. All right. So with that, uh, this has been Dr. Joe Blake with the On Point Podcast, and I hope that you gain some information from today's podcast. And we'll see you again next week. Next week, same bad channel. And just always want to remind you to stay tuned, stay informed, and stay on point.